in, and then once they jump in, we'll start. It'll tell me once people start joining. But it's just crazy, dude. And we don't meet many people, dude, that come out and tell the truth and expose stuff. Everybody else is scared of the police and this and that. And like they told you last night, I don't understand why they would tell you not to tell anybody or not tell the internet. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. You guys are going to leave her on the street and allow her to keep doing this stuff, but I can't talk about it and you guys aren't going to do much about it. No, that's not the way to go.
No, fact.
All right, so we got some people in here. What's up, everybody? It's the Constitution State here tonight. We got Saturday, September 30th. This is Eddie. He just went through a real wild experience right here in Willimantic, Connecticut, and it's nuts. It's literally nuts. When I saw it, I had to reach out. I didn't know how to get in touch with him. I got in touch with his mother because she's the one that posted it. I talked to her. I told her if he needed anything to let me know. I would try and help him out the best I could. And he actually got out of state and got to some safety. This is Eddie. I think I said that already, but you want to just start from the beginning, Eddie, and tell us some stuff? I got pictures and stuff we can bring up throughout to back up this story and show just really what happened here and how insane it is.
Yeah, so
But
what the fuck was it? Like Wednesday? I know Wednesday, but was it like the 20th? Wednesday the 20th?
well, today's the 23rd, right? Or no, wait, because today's Saturday. So I don't know.
Not this past
3 days.
Not this past week, the last week. The week before.
Okay, so 2 Wednesdays ago.
Yeah.
All right.
But 2 Wednesdays,
And
this girl asked me, Alexis Asensio, she asked me, hey, could I use your car real quick to take my...
hey, well, start from listen, so, but you lived with her, right?
Yeah, I lived with her and everything.
Okay, so you lived with her and, okay, I just wanted to make that known so everybody knows.
Yeah, so
But go ahead.
girl Alexis for a while, she's pretty nice. Like, I don't know, she seems very angry towards people, but to me, she cooked food, she bought me food, she paid for weed. We were starting to like sell weed to people around to get our money up and whatnot. Like, I was hustling in order to earn my keep. And Monday morning I wake up, the girl said, hey, could I use your car to take my sister to the school bus? I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, take your sister to school, but like, it's my day off, but I'm still trying to hustle. I'm still trying to sell my weed today, even though I'm not working. Like, I need my car. Like, make sure my car gets to me. Sure thing, whatever. Like, take the car, whatever. She takes her sister to school, and then at around like 10 in the morning, right? So like, she should be back at around 8. You know, school is at like 7, 8 in the morning. 10 in the morning, and I'm like, where the fuck are you at? Like, I need my car today. I'm trying to hustle and whatnot. And she just like doesn't message me. So like at 11 o'clock, I call her, and she's like, hey, I'm looking for my AirPods right now, and I'm about to start driving, so I can't call you. And I was like, I don't know where the fuck you think you're driving to, but I need my car. So like, if you could bring my car, please, that would be fucking amazing. Like, I know I let you use it, but like, that was to take your sister to school, not to fuck around all day. Like, I was mad type shit.
Yeah, it's your car.
Yes. Like, that was 11 o'clock. 2 hours later, she still hasn't brought my car back. So I call her back. I'm like, yo, listen, like, I ain't even mad. I just want my fucking car. Like, can you bring my car to me? That's it, bro. Like, I'm fucking... Just bring me my car. And she shows up like 2 hours later after saying she can't call. She's like talking to the cops is what she said out. And then another time she said she was just driving and then she was at the gas station, whatever. She comes home at 3 o'clock and I wake up like, because I fell asleep waiting for her. I wake up and 3 other niggas in the house. And these dudes are like, 2 of them are like 6 foot tall, at least 200 pounds, 220 pounds. And I was like, yo, Alexis, do you mind if I just get my keys, my phone? Like, I know one dude, his name is DK. We're pretty cool. But I was like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like, you keep taking my car. I'm done. Instead, I walk out to my car, and the dude brings me back inside. And he's like, we'll just chat for a minute, like, see what's going on. You know, like, we'll get to the bottom of it. I'm like, what's the issue type shit.
What's there to get to the bottom of? It's my car and I want to
It's
leave.
like they
There's
see
nothing
that
to
I'm
even
upset and they
discuss.
see that I don't fucking know. They're trying to de-escalate the situation because I'm mad and shit. That's that, that's like what it,
Yeah, and from everything
I
I've
was gonna
read,
say.
dude,
That's
she's
what it
got a
at least like
temper.
seemed like to me is like DK like we're gonna walk inside, we're gonna talk it out, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. But like it's yeah,
And it
dude.
was
I
set
walk
up.
inside and immediately I get thrown to the fucking wall right by the TV. And he's like, "Put your hands behind your back." I was like, "Bruh, there's no fucking way. Like this is it." So like fast speeding through all of the fucking beating between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock was just straight up like me getting my ass kicked. But like before that,
How
I got
long
my
was
hands.
this?
Yeah, I got my hands tied before that, but then they had rope to like they tied up my ankles, my knees, my like upper thighs areas, like right here. So it was like boom, 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 up in my chest, and that's where my arms were tied, and my hands were tied to this like rope that went around my lower chest, and then my upper chest was tied up as well. So I couldn't move at all. I was pretty much like a fucking spit roast, bro.
That's
And
crazy. And how long were you tied up for?
for like 2.5 hours. From 3 o'clock, like halfway through the drive, they started untying me except my hands while we were driving.
And how many people were there?
There was her and three other guys. There was this guy named JS, a guy named DK. His name is like Dahan, something
Yep.
like that. He's on Facebook. You can probably find him.
I got the pictures. I got it all.
Yeah, Alexis, and then this little guy named Adriel. And Adriel didn't really do anything. He was just sitting there the whole time, like, Alexis, don't choke him out. You're gonna kill him.
Cool.
And then, like while we were tied up, or like while I was tied up in the car, he's like, "Yo, his hands are pretty like purple. Like, should we untie him? Like, he's okay. Like, let's just untie him." Like, he was just like talking. He was seen as like the bitch of the group. Like, yeah,
Yeah, because he
exactly.
had a heart.
Amongst them, he was like the only one with some sort of like conscience, morals. Yeah.
Morals.
All
Yeah.
right. So like 3 o'clock, right? I get tied up.
Let me.
I remember like getting thrown onto this table. Like she has a little end table that was next to the stairs. I got put up on this like little end table,
Yep.
and while I was sitting there, I had my hair grabbed, and it was just her or DK punching and slapping at me the whole time. And then they ended up throwing me on the floor, and Alexis like kicked me around in my like my chest, my gut, like wherever she could hit, she kicked. And then the police came knocking at the door at one point. So I got thrown to the kitchen while Alexis was in the middle of her beating. Yeah, the police
The
came to the
police
door
came to the
because
door.
I contacted the
For what?
authorities. I told you, like I said I said I'm
While
gonna
you were
call the
there,
cops. Like I called the cops for her taking my car and shit. They came. Yeah,
I didn't know that
they
you
came
got
to the
to.
door. No, I called the cops like before she came home. Before she came home, I called the cops and was like, "Hey, I want to know where my car is. Can you?" And
Okay.
shit. They came to the house to tell me that they couldn't do anything, but I was roped up and thrown into the kitchen, and DK was over top of me, grabbing me by my throat, saying, "You better not say shit. You ain't gonna say fucking shit. You ain't saying nothing." I was like, "Bro, there ain't no like the whole time, like I was fully accepting of my entire situation. Like I'm gonna find my way out of it eventually, you know." But like, bro,
That's dude. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. I got some pictures of the. We'll bring up the people we're talking about
but then
first.
after the police
Um.
came, Alexis grabbed these fucking curtain rods and started caning me. And then my hair got grabbed more. I got thrown around. I got my head smacked on the fucking oven, like you know the oven door thing. Yeah, I got my head smacked
Yeah.
on the oven door. She stomped my head while I was on the ground. Like my whole entire skull was swollen. When I showed up to the hospital. I was quite like
They put a rope
they put
around
a
your
rope
neck at
around my
one
neck,
point,
and I had
right?
like these like yeah
I
yeah
saw it. You
there's
had marks.
marks on my neck for a while. I ended up with my skin peeled
Here,
and
look at this. Hold on. Let me see how to make this bigger. This is who we're talking about right here. Um, trying to make. Oh, that we'll do that. Oh, let me bring it back.
Oh,
This is Lex, right? That's her.
yeah, that's Alexis is, and the guy kissing her is DK in that profile picture.
Okay. So that's two of the culprits right there. That's her Facebook, and we have next we have that's another profile by her, right?
Yeah, she makes like multiple profiles so she could like follow different people that block her that she blocks, just so that like
Yeah. So
them knowing type shit.
these ones are all her. This is who. Oh, where to go? And this is who we're dealing with right here. This I don't know what you want to call her, but this lady right here. This is Alexis. She's got extensive history with DCF and dating people that she fights with. She has we got her DCF report too, which is not very good reflection of her.
It's a very good reflection of her.
Well, no, it is. It's a good reflection of her, but it's not what she claims to be because online, from everything I've seen, she loves her kids and she wants to have her kids back and she's trying so much, and yet for everything I've seen from her is literally the opposite. It looks like she hasn't never done one thing to attempt to get her kids back. Never mind. Their kids back is not out doing stuff like this. You're not putting your kids first if you're out kidnapping people and beating people and attempting to kill people. Because if, like, I remember correctly, she wanted you dead. Like, that was
I was gonna say while we were in the car right
her goal. That's what she wanted.
because
And
I told you like a quarter of the entire thing, but on the way back to Bridgeport, she was telling me the whole time like, in which ways shall I die? Because I was supposed to die that night. I was not supposed to go home. She was telling her friend Adrielle that too. She's like, why the fuck am I bringing him home? Like, he's supposed to die. I was like, girl, what is wrong with her?
she's not that, it just blows my mind that they did that. So where were we? They choked you out. They did all, and you contacted. Oh wait, I forgot about it. So they took you from Willimantic. It started in Willimantic on West Ave, and they took you from West Ave all the way to Bridgeport, which is an hour away, a good hour, if
Hour
not
and a
more,
half is
further
about the drive.
away. Yeah, right up the whole time. Like, that's insane. What
Oh,
were they
so
taking
we
you to
showed up to
Bridgeport for?
Bridgeport.
They wanted to kill you in Bridgeport.
These dabs are getting to me. Anyways, we got to Bridgeport, right? It was pretty much to hang out for her. It was to hang out on the same block that her baby daddy hangs out on. He's pretty much what, like, our group or like what I've learned to know as a block nigga. Like, he just on the block 24/7, doesn't earn any money, doesn't have a job or anything, but he just like gets free drinks, free weed, free cigarettes from people who pass by, and he's literally a like a worthless hoodlum.
So he's like a hobo almost.
Yeah, like
He's like a
literally.
homeless guy almost that just hangs out on the street and people give him stuff.
Yeah, the only
Yeah,
difference
but he's a hood guy. But he's not.
the only difference is that he has a house, but
So
otherwise he spends all of his time on the block. And I pretty much got to see all of the people on the block, and I got smacked around like I kept telling people that I threatened her for some reason.
that's what I read, and then listen, the bottom line is, even if you, I'm not saying it's right, but even if you did,
Well, because
nobody
like
deserves
during
this.
the
And
drive to Bridgeport, she was telling me, "You have no idea how easy it is to kill you, how easy it is to make you go missing." And I was like, "You can't threaten me like that because I could threaten you. It's just words type shit." And nobody except like she popped
yeah,
me on fucking for that. But like at the same time, don't sling threats at me. I could say the same shit. I was like, don't just say.
yeah. Well, who wants to? If somebody's talking
But
shit
yeah,
to me, bro, I'm like, you know what I mean? That's just how it goes.
but yeah, went up to her friend and said I threatened her. So like three more of them walked up to me. Biggest one just gorilla palmed me off of the fucking trunk of my car, and I flew to the floor and hit the side of my face on the like asphalt. And he started smacking me while I was on the floor, and I was getting up, running across the street and shit too. It was bad. Ooh, it was so fun, but like it was bad. Big ass Walmart T Grizzly type.
Oh my god. And then so then they when they drove you back from Bridgeport, were you still hogtied and getting beat on the way back?
No, they untied me like while I was at Bridgeport. They ended up untying me and was like, "Hey, you want a drink? You want a drink? Go ahead, sit down. We'll get you a drink and shit." Ended up pouring a whole 40 on me, like a whole. I think it was like a or some shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they poured a whole 40 on me after they untied me. Like, wow, bro. They're like, "You better drink that." And I was sitting there like, I was like, "This shit's cold. This feels good. Oh my god." Like I'm trying to make the best of the worst situation I'm in type shit.
Yeah, dude. And look at this. This is right here. She was just charged in what, the beginning of the year or the middle of the year? This is let me see if I can make it bigger. That's smaller. All right, so we can't read it there either. Maybe you guys can read that. But this is her police report, right? So she beat up a chicken a couple months ago. I can't see the date from here, but she got in trouble just a few months ago for punching a chick in the nose and breaking her, or punching her in the face and breaking her nose. She's going to court right now for assault for third degree. And online it says disorderly conduct, but on this stuff it says breach of peace. And even all of her DCF stuff says, even though she hasn't been charged, that all of her relationships are, they call it, what is it, IPV? What's it mean? Interfamily violence stuff. IFP, yeah, interfamily violence something. But and they say all of her relationships are violent. I don't know how she hasn't gotten charged if they're always going there for violent stuff and they know about it. They just let her off every time. Like, it doesn't make sense. And this right here talks about when she was charged. And the next one is, oh, that's the court. If you look her up on court right or online right now, this is what she has open from that. And you've reached out to the police and you've had the police look into this, obviously, and we haven't heard really anything yet. They told you at first that they would let you know when the warrants come out, and we no longer there. You called them what, 2 nights ago, or was it last night? And they told you that they can't let you know anything at all. And they specifically asked you what did they tell me? What they specifically asked you? I want everybody to hear this.
Like the questions that they asked me.
No, last night. What did the cop tell you at the end of the conversation? Like, what to not do?
They just told me they can't let me know what progress they've made, but they'll let me know if they've made progress on the investigation. And then once they sign, like Gilmet said, he'll call me once they sign a warrant for her arrest.
And they also asked you to not put anything online, right?
Oh yeah, they asked me not to put anything online, to like keep it as small as possible. It's fucking. I think also is to keep like shit off of their necks is all. Like, so people don't.
How many days has it been? It's been over 2 weeks, or almost 2 weeks now. This Wednesday will be 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because if you go out there and you say something the police don't like, or you film them, you could have a warrant that day and they will be looking for you the next day. But you got 4 people can go kidnap a kid and beat the hell out of them and tell them they're going to kill him. And it takes them weeks to get warrants. It doesn't even make sense. It makes no sense to me. They're keeping a violent criminal, or criminals out on the street. And I can't really tell you why. It's not like you have people have sent personal conversations to you guys that her and the other people were having, with her pretty much admitting it. Like, what else do you guys need? You have a complaint, you have facts, you have injuries. They have the footage of you being thrown in your car from West Ave.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they need? It doesn't make any sense. And let's see. It's just nuts. So what happened when you got back to town? Or
When I got
continue where you were? It's your story, so you can tell it how you want to tell it.
so what, like in Bridgeport, I got smacked around more. She was like, I got liquor poured on me. It's all pretty much like a blur because I was just sitting there, like I wasn't paying attention to much of what she was saying.
Yep.
Or like we got back into the car, and the entire car ride was just her talking about which way I should die, or her talking about like the only way I will live through this if I'm her bitch, and that like I have to
What's
give.
crazy, what blows my mind is that this chick, how I think she's 26 or something, however old she is, looking like she looks, believes that she's gonna. Because what did she say? It started with she's gonna teach you a lesson, right?
Mm-hmm.
This chick who's not able to have her kids do anything right and is pretty much a slum hood rat is going to teach you a lesson. That doesn't
Yeah.
even make sense. You're in no position to teach anybody anything. I wouldn't trust you with a stuffed animal, never mind kids, bro. Like, she's out of control. And what's even more mind blowing is that it's not even like she's cute or she's something special that these dudes would be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, she's gross. She doesn't look cute to me. Like,
Yeah.
and these dudes are, willing to commit crimes and probably go to jail because they want to listen to her. Like, it doesn't even make any sense at all.
Gang type activity apparently.
Yeah,
But also,
that's that call. I gotta set this down for 2 seconds. But go ahead, continue.
I was gonna. So I got taken back to back from Bridgeport, and she was saying like, I'm only gonna survive this if I'm gonna be her bitch. She was saying like, I need to give her my next full paycheck. Her baby daddy's cousin Craig, like the guy who gorilla palmed me out for my car. She was saying I need to give him my next full paycheck because his hand after slapping me. And then
Craig
she
from next Friday.
and then and saying after that I need to give her baby a check after that.
So basically, you're their slave.
Yeah, like I was needing to give them my paychecks, and I was like, "This
Do
is
any of them work?
what's up."
Do they
No,
work?
none of them do.
Well,
None of them.
by where she lives, and I'm not saying it's a bad area, but she's probably not working. It's low income housing. It's
She at all. I was paying her light bill. That's the only thing she needed to pay. Her mom was paying for it before, and I started paying it.
she has rent.
No.
Oh, all right. Look at this too. This is from afterwards. Um, these are some of the private messages that were sent in, and I'm gonna try and figure out how to make that bigger so everybody can read it. So, God damn it. So these are messages. I can't even read them from here because it's small. But if you're at home on the computer, zoom in and read them. But they go through and they're talking about it and pretty much laughing about it, right?
Oh yeah, this one that you're showing, because I can kind of read it. This is the
Yep.
one where friends telling her to like dye your hair, get some contacts. I'll help you with dyeing your hair. You
Oh
need a
yeah, like
fake.
becoming a
ID, too.
fugitive, right? Like change.
Yeah, that's it. I was like, y'all are so fucking dumb.
Like that's gonna work. This is the next one. What's it? Can you read this one?
Let's see. You should have picked up Torian. That's why I told you not to hit him. No, I planned on dumping him. Audrey and DK felt bad and said to let him go. We should have got kicked out in the gas station again, bro. Why the fuck does it call to ghost my house for sure haunted? The officer, I guess, comes on at 11 p.m. and by then I'm gonna be out of town tonight.
Which is crazy. So they're talking about it, pretty much laughing about it. And this is the last one, right?
Oh yeah, and they were like, dumping who? You weren't with Chris, or I thought you were single after Chris. And she's like, no, I mean dumping him in a hole. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Y'all wild.
Yeah. She's about that life till she gets into court.
But also at the same time, I knew what she meant as soon as she said dumping him. Like, we weren't dating to begin with. I was just living at her house.
Yeah. She was talking about dumping you in a hole.
Yeah, fat.
But I mean, what do people in the chat think? Do you guys think like, you know what I mean? Is she admitting it there? Because I'd say so. There's not many ways to take that. Oh, what else do we got here?
Yes, John, I sent them all the texts in an email, and they, I don't know.
Actually, good idea. You're right for going into the chat. What up, guys? I just want to say what up to everybody in here. We do got John Denicola in here. Press harder. What up, Phyllis? It's always good to see you. Allison Miner. Is that your mom, bud?
Yeah, Allison Miner.
That's his mom. We got Joko. Who else? Swine as always. What up, bro? Melissa, it's good to have you, as always. DG. This right here is the definition of Connecticut. It's so fun. It's called a police state. Connecticut is a police state. 100%. Joseph, what up? You missed a lot. Hopefully you got on at the beginning. We got Daniel Pedraza right here. She's done a lot more than hit me in the past. I don't know who Daniel Pedraza is, but I know some of the Pedrazas from Willimantic. So this is, in my guess, somebody from Willimantic, one of the Pedrazas, stating that she's assaulted him, which by her track record and what we've seen is right on par. Like, it's crazy. Phyllis, we already said. I just want to make sure I got everybody because. All right. Good enough. Whatever. So yeah, but there's a lot of stuff here. Like, let's look at this stuff, dude. This is crazy too because as a parent, like and I'm not saying I always live my life perfect. Like I went through my things when my daughter was young. Luckily, my son's really never had to. I haven't gotten high since my son's been born. I've been clean that long, so like my son's never seen that. But like I wasn't always perfect, but at the end of the day, I would never do a lot of this stuff. The most insane thing that I read through this whole thing. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff, but she would leave her small children with known sex offenders. What? Like, it's crazy. This is the, God damn it, how do I do it again? This is her DCF report right here, and it is 12 pages long. I wish I could have made it bigger, but if you go through and read it, I'll go through each page. I can't read it, but I'll stop it. So if people want to pause it and read it, they can, or they can go back. It doesn't matter, but she's got 12 pages here. They've said she's been in multiple relationships. All of them have violence, and fighting, and leaving her children with random people. She leaves her kids with. DCF would go there and tell her, "Listen, you can't leave your person with this. You can't leave your kid with this person or this person." And guess what? She would. But then she goes around and whines, "I want my kids back so much." You can't just follow what they're saying. And I don't even like DCF. I think DCF is corrupt too, and do a lot of bad things. But at the end of the day, in some situations, they're right, and it sounds like this one, they're right. And like your mom said in the chat, are they planning on giving her, like in Connecticut, it's called reunification. They reunite the family. And from what I read, is your mom said in here that they were planning on reunifying the kids in what, next month, October?
Yeah, in October.
Which blows my mind. Like I want to know what they've seen that has made them say this is okay, or what program she's done, or because I know you got to jump through hoops in that system to get your kids back. They don't just hand you your kids back. So, like, who did she fool to get her kids back? Like
Bro.
that's how I'm looking at it. Because I honestly don't think she. The Walrus, what up, bro? Lou. So, it's. And like you had said earlier, before we went on, if she really wanted her kids back and that much and this and that, her house isn't even set up for it, right? She have beds, anything set up.
Yeah, she doesn't even have her beds put together and shit. Like,
That's insane. And I
Beds
wonder how GTF goes to the house. Like, yeah, you could have some kids, even though they got nowhere to go, stay.
have beds put together. She doesn't have any laundry done. She doesn't have any laundry for her kids put away. Um, she just got a couch from Wham, if you know what Wham is.
Yeah, William on Main Street. They give you free stuff.
Yeah, she just got a couch from Wham, and I had to put it into the house for her. Like, I was pretty much doing a lot of the shit around the house to get her kids ready to come home.
Which is crazy. It's not even you're not even a part of that family or anything. Like,
Exactly.
how did you end up there? You were homeless, right? Like,
Yeah, and
so
traveling around.
how did you end up in Connecticut?
I was just traveling around. I
You
knew a
just
friend.
chose to stop here?
I knew a friend in Connecticut, so I stopped
I
by.
wish I knew you before, bro. I would have told you never to come here.
Yeah, fuck.
It's horrible. But so you ended up in Willimantic. Is that where your friend lived?
Yeah, the friend that I knew lived on West Ave as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
she
that
lived
you
with.
ended up over there. Makes sense. So you were homeless. You ended up living there, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
show. I got this right here, dude.
I was
Let's
going from job to job. Started getting a job at Willie Brew, and this
and
girl
dude,
gave me.
Willie Brew is a good place to work. Like that's like I'd say in my opinion probably the best restaurant in Willimantic
Yeah,
to get. Like everything else is fast food or little small restaurants. Like Willie Brew's legit,
yeah, Willie Brew was so fucking nice.
and you liked it, right? And they were paying you decent.
I like, I cried to them on my last night there. Like Thursday night, like all throughout Thursday, I was pretty much by myself, and I was told like this girl called more people because I called the cops.
Oh
So
yeah,
I
so
went.
they were gonna come after you, right?
Yeah, so I went to Willie Brew Thursday night. Like as a like hurrah. I wasn't supposed to work today, but can we pretend I did? Because I was busy all day, and I want to have my drink. I want to have my snack and eat with you guys, and then like go on my way type shit. And throughout the whole time, I told them like I wanted to be here so bad, bro. Like y'all are one of the best workplaces I've ever seen in my life. Like it was so nice working there.
Look at this. Your mom said that Daniel, the one we were just talking about in the chat, is actually the father of her oldest kid. Her oldest kid is the one that got taken, right, and is off living like a normal life.
Yeah, Daniel is her
Well,
oldest. He's a good guy.
good
He
job, Daniel, because
go head up type shit. Like he's proud.
honestly, your kid's better off with you. It looks like so he's been through it too. Obviously, you know what I mean. Like I can only imagine he probably whooped on her too. He said, "I've known her for so many years. She's
Yeah, for
absolutely knows what she's done." That's crazy, dude. It blows my here. Look at I got this too. This is some pictures of you. Um, and be ready, people. This is no like little stuff. He got messed up by these people. Like really. This is his face afterwards. This is his eye. He had two black eyes. Like they were not playing. While he was tied up, this is what they did to him. Three hardcore dudes and one chick. And like I forgot, I think I was talking to my girl earlier, and I was like, dude, if they were so hardcore, why didn't this dude just fight them head on? You know what I mean, one on one. If they really felt some type of way, which still ain't. If you really didn't do nothing wrong, it still ain't cool. But I mean, if you want to look like a man and you want to earn some respect, dude, you don't go jump somebody with. Oh, but first of all, for a chick, that's the dumbest thing you could ever do, because
fun.
like unless that's like your longtime wife forever, like you don't go stick up for some hoe. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna end up in trouble. Like it just blows my mind. And we got some other pictures here too. That's his face. That's a little bit after. You can tell both eyes are still black. That's insane, dude. And what was it? So you had black eyes. You had marks on your neck. You had
So my whole
concussion, right?
yeah, my whole face was pretty much swollen to where I looked 50 pounds heavier, and then I
That's
had two eyes, and then my left eye was so swollen for like 4 or 5 days that I couldn't open my eye. Like it was swollen shut.
Oh, Phyllis, there's still no charges. That's why we're talking now. And
Yeah.
you've shown the cops everything, correct? The text messages, the everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, they were with me at the hospital and then took down a police statement afterward.
Yeah, and you showed them everything.
Without evidence, I've sent them everything that I've gathered so far.
And it seems like you guys have done more of the footwork than anybody else, right?
Yeah, like they ain't done shit for me, bro. They're
Yeah.
just telling me, get it done. We'll get it done.
And who is it? It's Detective Gilmet.
Yeah, Gilmet.
I don't even know who that is. I know most of them, and that's one that I like literally never heard of.
He's like,
Um,
which is crazy because I thought that would like reassure me and like I thought, okay, like this guy will hop on the case type shit, but he seems to not have at all.
I mean, and it's weird because stuff like that, dude, in Willimantic, Connecticut, is actually very rare. Like,
Yeah.
people don't get kidnapped. People don't get murdered. Like, the murder rate is probably like one person every 5 or 10 years, and they don't get almost murdered. Like, it just doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Then it does, and there's actually because I mean, you're not from out there, but those officers don't deal with it. I mean, I'm not taking nothing away from them, but it's all petty crime in Willimantic. It really is. There's never really anything serious. That's why
Mm-hmm.
Giller's always out harassing the poor and the drug addicts. There's nothing else to do, so he goes and harasses these people and violates their rights. You know what I mean? So when something real comes around, they don't know what to do. Like, they don't.
Yeah, it's bothersome, low key.
I know how it feels, dude. It's not cool. That's why I'm hoping just talking to you and getting it out there. I mean, well, hopefully do something. They hate me, so most of them hate me. So if
Mm,
I'm sitting here talking to you and you're feeling some type of way, hopefully they'll see. I know they're watching it,
Fuck
so
up a little bit, bro.
I'm not. You're not lying, dude. It's what they do. It's literally what they do. And who's this? This is actually a message from the first chick she assaulted right here, right? Oh goddamn, what is it doing? But yeah, this is the lady that pressed charges on her in July, and guess what she said? I believe in the next part she says the same thing you're saying right now, that she's not happy.
Well, like the court isn't doing anything.
Yeah, or the cops. It says in one of them it's the cops, but she just feels like she's not doing, or maybe it was the court. She was supposed to get a protective order or trying to get more done, and she feels like they're not doing their part, man. And it's sad because it's not even like you guys are just victims of small stuff, dude. She was a victim of assault. She got her nose broke, dude. Like, got punched in the face and got her nose broke. And
Yeah,
then she said, luckily she healed. And then you get even worse, dude. What was done to you was insane. And they're like, it's all right. We'll take our time. We'll let these I'm not gonna say hardcore because they're not. If they had to jump you, they ain't hardcore. But we'll let these criminals stay out on the street, running around, jumping people over some Shrek looking chick. You know what I mean? Like, she's nothing special. Like, I don't understand what the world's coming to.
yeah, no, like
It blows my mind.
it'd be crazy.
Uh, and you really can't even do. I think that's everything, right? You can't do too much though. Like, they're not going to. They already told you they're not going to tell you anything. They already told you they don't. They can't. And which is weird because they told you at the beginning that they would tell you, right? When they pressed when they got her,
Yeah,
and then
they
they
told
went to. They couldn't. I believe. I want to see what's in this one because I had two of these. These were different.
who is that? Eddie, you're cool, but how the hell are you involved with it? Who said that?
Who is
Was
it?
that
Oh, that's
Emmer's?
the guy.
Keep going
That's
online.
Swine, dude. He said it. He was just traveling the country, and he came to that same street actually to see his boy, and he ended up homeless over there. So he ended up staying with her. He was staying at her house. and that's how he got involved with her. Do the cops have a relationship with the chick? Um,
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, if they're not doing anything, probably. I don't. I know Willimantic cops will let their little informants off with a lot.
I don't know how well they know her, but I know some of the cops and even some of the people that were at the hospital have gone to school with her.
John said he bets she's a CI, and I would.
No way that she's a CI.
You don't think so? See what this is. Is this the same one as before? Oh, these were the people. I found it. So this was the lineup I had of the people that were there, and this is one of the chicks' profiles. And we have this chick. And who is this? Oh, God damn it. We'll let it come up again. Who's this?
Sarah, oh, that's her mama.
Okay. And she had nothing to do with it?
No, really.
Okay. So we can skip her.
Because her mama, apparently, like, I stole something from them.
Oh, I read that. But did you?
No.
I believe you. I mean, I just had to ask. You know what I mean? I didn't.
Where the
To her, to me, if the ring disappeared, she probably pawned it for something, or lost it. I don't.
It's like, watch the
If
people
you're
that
there
you.
doing all that shit for her, why would you steal from her? Even when you were the only one in the house making money. Why would you steal the ring? You know what I mean?
That's what I be saying. Like, why are you sussing me out? Like, I have my own way to get money, bitch.
Yeah, you're the only one in the house like that gets money. And who's this? This is her baby daddy, the fool.
Yeah. Hey, that's a who punched me out.
That's. He said, Phyllis, maybe she's one of the girls climbing in the back seat.
One of those riding in the back seat. I don't know.
I never know. What do we got? Isn't there another one? Now, is this the one that was quote unquote nice to you?
Yeah, he's the bitch in the group.
All right. So, but at one point, did you go to reach for a phone?
No, like she dropped one of her phones in the back seat. This is how I call 911 too. She dropped one of her phones in the back seat and doesn't pay attention to that phone she dropped.
Okay.
And then whenever she went to bed, like she tried checking on me. You know that thing that parents do when they check on you when you were a little kid to make sure
Yeah.
you were asleep. So I'm sitting there on the couch pretending like I ain't thinking or ain't doing nothing, ain't not shit. But once I knew she was asleep, goddammit, because I grew up as a sneaky kid who's
I
eating
did
that.
too. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. I immediately went to my car and called 911. I was like, I'm a target as soon as I call you. This girl is gonna call people on me. She's told me she will already, but like, I need my
So you
car key.
literally had to escape.
Yeah, like
Did
as
they
soon as
come right after that?
yeah, like she made it easy for me to escape. So luckily, I just went out to call 911 on her phone.
And that's when they showed up?
Yeah, that's when they showed up. And then they ended up taking me to the hospital, even though I was sitting there like, I don't need a hospital. I just need my keys.
That's
Like, I'm,
dude, I don't understand how they didn't arrest anyone on the spot. You literally ran away from being kidnapped. And the
oh,
people that kidnapped you and assaulted you are right in that house.
because they were knocking on the door and, like, she didn't answer. So I was like, bro, can I go inside? Like, can you guys walk in with me? And they were like, we
You
should
lived
get you.
there. They should have escorted you to get your stuff, dude. You lived
Yeah,
there. And you know what's funny is I know how the housing works over there. And
you
if she
got some
lets
about.
anybody live with her that's not supposed to be living there, dude, they'll kick her
Oh,
out.
yeah. So, like, you saw how, like, DK and Audrey were feeling bad for me. Text messages.
Yeah, I did.
DK, my phone at one point during the drive. DK tried handing me my phone, and I tried like grabbing it over and sliding it into my pocket and shit. And as I was doing that, Audrielle was like, "Hey, yo, Lexi, did you say he could get his phone?" So
That's
Lexi
what I was
screamed,
asking about. So,
yeah, screamed, reached
listen,
the phone and out the window. I was like, "Oh fuck."
what a fucking rat, dude.
Yeah, but I ended up like that's what I'm saying is like he was nice, but also like
At the
he
end of the
fucked.
day, though, it doesn't matter what he did through that whole time. That one thing right there is enough to for him to be a scumbag. You know what I mean? You can't sit there and feel bad for you, and then the second you're about to make a good move, like rat you out to the fucking leader psycho chick. You know what I mean? That's not
Exactly.
cool, bro.
And then
I
at
don't
one
care
point,
how you word it. That's not
me,
cool.
me and him were in the car by ourselves, and he was like, "I feel bad, bro." Like while we were at a gas station, he's like, "I feel bad, man. Like I wish I could help you." I was like, "Then help me take my car." He's like, "What?" I was like, "Help me take my car at some point." But then
Yeah.
time that she left the car, he would remind her to take the keys out. Like, what are you doing, bro? You are not helping me. But oh well. Like I got through it
Which
my
one's
own way.
this?
But, oh, that's DK. That's his TikTok.
So which ones were the? There was two that felt bad for you, and who was the
Yeah,
other that didn't?
DK and Audrielle, and then there was SJ who was like sitting there threatening me the whole time. He kicked me around a little bit, helped tie me up. Like he did, he was part of the house beating shit. And then at the
Is that?
block, there was like Craig and two other people, but I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
that.
it's insane, dude.
Yeah,
And they didn't have the balls to stand up. If they didn't feel, you know what I mean, like they felt bad, but they didn't have the balls to stand up.
DK did like uh, a little like after he punched me out and everything, he felt bad because he started listening to me talk and realizing like, yo, Lexi is just crazy. Like, what did I just do?
Well, yeah,
But
that's probably
Audrielle,
too. A lot of it set in. You know what I mean? Like we just fucked up.
yeah, after the fact, that's how DK felt. He's like, man, I feel kind of bad. I was like, I'm telling you, I didn't do anything wrong. He's like, yeah, I'm starting to see that. Like, she just kind of crazy. I was like, then why beat my ass, bro? Why? Uh, Connecticut people piss me off. Willimantic people, well, hoodlums piss me off.
Me too. And you know what's funny is it's really Willimantic's not a hardcore town. Like, and when you talk about Connecticut, Willimantic's not even in the talks. There's nothing really. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple. There's people out there that are real, but majority are not. And it's you know what I mean. If you were out there, you know. I feel the same way you do. There's nothing.
And you know, quieter people who get down like that.
Yeah.
But
Well, I grew up out. I'm telling you, I grew up out there. I used to get jumped all the time. You know what I mean? It's whack.
yeah,
So.
the hoodlums are still really bad at it. It's just
Well,
they're fucking.
especially over there, dude. Like what I'm telling you, dude, where you live, that street, when you turn right on the West Ave, I used to live on the left right there. Like literally a couple houses up. That's where I lived there for damn near 11 years.
There's a couple few bad streets. There's like Pearl Street, Spring Street, Milk Street.
Yep.
Uh,
Those are, well, really, those are Pearl Spring, Milk, and West Ave is in the talks, but those are really the only. It's not like it used to be worse. Like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, there used to be like more streets that were pretty bad, but
I was gonna say, and then they have like certain apartment complexes now, like the Heights, that have
Ivy.
pretty low income hoodlum
Yeah,
type
the
shit.
Heights has always been like that though. The Heights was on 60 Minutes in like the 90s or the 80s for the heroin capital of the world. Like that's why everybody calls Connecticut like Willimantic the heroin capital. And I don't ever believe it was. I mean, there was a lot of dope moving through the town, but I don't think it was the capital of the world or America.
Uh,
It used to be 80s and 90s. It was probably like Hartford and stuff. You know what I mean? Like Bridgeport, but it kind of mellowed out through the years, and it just keeps getting mellower. Like even they made a huge dent in the drugs from 10 years ago. Like when I was out there fucking up, it's not the same now. You used to be able to go anywhere and get drugs in that town.
well,
It's not.
in Willimantic, it's still like that. You get like ODs happen every day.
No,
Like
I
they
know, but you used to be able to walk up any street and get it, like every day, all the streets.
well now if you have to walk around 10 p.m. and past, you'll be able
Yeah,
to from people on the street. But yeah, as long as you walk up the right streets, you'll be able to get drugs. It's easy as fuck.
yeah,
Like
and all the cops do is pull over the people that are homeless and have nowhere to live and doing those drugs instead of everybody else.
yeah, like I
It
don't even
blows my
know
mind.
somebody in Willimantic wanted drugs. I could take them to a spot. Like if they didn't know. get drugs. Or like I don't do drugs, but if you know a fentanyl plug, I'll go buy for you because they're pissed off at you.
Yep.
Like nobody knows me, but I know where all the drugs are type shit.
It's crazy. I can't believe they did that to you. And this dude's fucking was her baby dad. Like that's insane. It's I really hope the police do the right thing. Like I do. It just blows my mind that they haven't done anything already with all of this. You know what I mean? Like
The hype.
literally they came to the scene. To the scene and literally did nothing. It doesn't matter if they answered the door or not. At that point, it's a crime scene and they need to go in. You know
I,
what I
s-
mean? That's exigent circumstances. They can go in.
I still have some of the rope that they tied me up with because they untied my hands in the car. I still have that rope that they like that they used for my hands.
That's insane, dude. Phyllis
And
said she used to go buy weed in the Heights in the 70s.
I was gonna say I've gotten weed and sold weed in the Heights.
Yeah. I got jumped in the Heights by a lot of people.
Jesus.
What were you saying, though, about the rope?
Oh yeah, I have some like the rope they used to tie my hands with because they untied me in the car. I still have that rope.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's in my car.
You should email a news station, dude, or the newspaper in town. I know the reporter, one of them, and get a story out. Like, it blows my mind that the police haven't done anything yet. Like, it really does. I don't understand what they're waiting for. They have everything they
Uh,
need.
Evidence? No, they didn't.
That's John. I was thinking the same thing. Or swine. I was thinking the same thing. I spaced. It's so literally. That's how great of an investigation these guys did. They let you keep some of the evidence. Like, what? Which stations, Allison? Out in Willimantic or everywhere? Because what's in Willimantic? The I forgot the name of it, but I have one of the reporters' emails, and it's just crazy. Oh, we got Great Lakes in here. But listen, so I'm gonna tell you something. If there's anybody that I've listened to, it's this dude right here. And he said if all of this is on the up and up, the police are absolutely failing you. And I'm glad he said it because now it's confirmed.
Oh goodness, my hair crazy.
And why wouldn't they take that? Did they
Oh,
take the pictures and stuff?
what's
The
up?
all the did they you sent them all the pictures and the video or the evidence you had on the phone that everybody sent?
Yeah, all the text messages and shit, and all the pictures of like my healing process. I sent them videos or like pictures of.
Oh, let's talk about that. So you went to the hospital, right? Right away.
Yeah,
And what happened there?
like in Willimantic.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, start there.
Oh yeah, just like I showed up to the hospital. I got scans done, like a CT and an X-ray. I got an X-ray for my chest, and then like they just gave me Tylenol and discharged me. They
They
like
told you there was somebody there that couldn't even read the scans, right?
yeah, they said nobody was there to read the scans, so they'll call me later in the week to go back and see my results.
Which is crazy. And then you drove 18 hours, right?
Yeah, I drove 18 hours, left the.
And went to the new hospital, right?
Yeah, I went to a new hospital. They gave me results right away. I
And you
think
got new scans though, right? They did it all over.
yeah, I got CT scans, X-rays. The CTs were of my like face, my skull, and my brain.
Yep. And what they say.
I have like a bad concussion, a lot of facial swelling, and my spine. The fuck is yeah, honestly, hospital in Willimantic's ass.
I
I think
like I told you privately, dude. I know somebody that works at that hospital and goes to work every day hammered.
I was gonna say like, mm, I don't. I feel like they just try to treat me like I'm a drug addict, but I'm
And
not.
so yeah, well that's how they look at the whole town. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's all they know. And that's not cool. Like you drove 18 hours with a concussion.
Yep. I got
That's
pulled over
insane.
too.
You got pulled over?
Yeah, I got pulled over for like not
Did you
having.
record it?
What's up?
Did you record it?
Record what? My
It's
encounters
not.
with. Nah, they were okay encounters. It was just like New York traffic laws,
I know, dude. You always gotta report the police.
but I'm able to fight it in court because I'm considered like a traveler. I do not have to follow, not having bumpers on my car.
Yep.
So gonna take that and let them know, like, hey, I can't be charged for this. Uh, I have like, my car's falling apart, but like no brake light when I pulled up here. My brake
Hmm.
light on the way here, so I got pulled over for not having brake light.
I always record them, dudes. You got
Yeah,
it.
I typically have good encounters with the cops. I have like I don't know.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
dude, you're seeing it right now, bro. You are seeing it right now with the
yeah,
police and Willimantic. Like,
that's what I'm
it,
saying. Like
you
this is
don't know when it's gonna go south. Like, if imagine if you once you called the police that night, recorded all of this.
that's what I be saying is like
I bet
this.
you, I bet you would have different results right now because I would have saw what your mom would have posted and we would have put all that up and we would have had it firsthand and they would have been forced to do something. Or I mean, or they wouldn't have and they'd look like real scumbags, but I don't think they could look any worse. So I, it's just, but I know how it is. If you don't do it all the time or you don't do it, you don't think of it and it happens. But those dudes, I don't know. They're crazy. And listen, anybody in the chat who will know this, we were talking about it earlier. Even though he's not, well, no, you know what? Nobody's been charged yet, dude. So you can go get all that body camera footage. Anybody can. I can. If there's no charges yet, we can request it.
Facts.
Because I was going to say, but we were talking about it before as if somebody was charged. And because if there was an open case, I couldn't get the records. Nobody else could. But as him being a victim, would he have been? I don't know the answer to that. I would assume so, but that doesn't, common sense doesn't always apply to the law.
Couldn't she threw phone out the window? That's another thing is when I got pulled over from Willimantic to here is I didn't have a phone. I was using chicken
Oh,
scratch instructions to get to where I needed to go.
that's insane. You had to like map quest it like in the 2000s with the print it out.
No, I wrote it down. Like I had a friend look up the directions, and I wrote them all down
Yeah, I agree with you, Swine. They probably will,
on
but
a piece of receipt paper too.
and it worked. Whatever, dude, you got there.
Yeah,
That's a far ride too to just write the directions down and wing it.
it was lit.
Well, and that's where we're at now. You're just waiting to hear from these guys, aren't you?
Pretty much, yeah.
I pray it works out, dude. It to me it's pretty black and white. It's and I really can't figure out why they haven't done anything yet. I mean, they'll have some stupid slick answer if you ask them like, "Oh," but the way it went down, like I didn't know it went down like that until right now. You just told me everything. Like I
Hmm.
didn't. You literally escaped the house and called them, and they came right away. Like to me, that changes things. Like it, that's nuts. And they still just. How many cops came?
There's like 3 of them.
That's it. They love bringing cops for everything. I don't know why they wouldn't bring the whole department for that.
They brought just one when I initially called, and then he called in 2 more. And then
Swine.
called
I
in
am.
2 more. They were trying to get into the house, but they said they couldn't
You
without
know what's
her.
funny? That's. I've seen them go break into houses without warrants. No, you know what I mean. Like I've seen them do it, and the one time they should do it, they don't. Like it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
And then so you're out of state. You're doing all right. Oh, did you send me your cash app?
Oh, I did not. Hold
I'm
on.
gonna put this cash app in the description, everybody. Um, obviously he's struggling right now. So if anybody would donate or like to donate, his stuff will be in there, and you know what to do. I just definitely swine. Definitely. I don't. Here, let's do this, guys. I just don't get it. For which one it's in. I think it's this one. No, wrong one.
Good
Oh,
grief, what did I do?
what up? Great Lakes, what up,
There we
bro?
go.
Ah, I
I'm
didn't
like,
see you.
I'm back. Damn it.
Well, I saw it before. I'm bad at this, dude. I'm still new.
I don't do StreamYards because I don't want to fuck it all up.
I know. What up, Eddie? This is my boy Great Lakes. He's actually he's really smart. But this is who I'd listen to if I had any
Don't
questions.
tell nobody.
I try not to.
They all think I'm dumb, man. They all think I'm stupid.
It's all right. If I'm telling people you're smart, I'm gonna listen because they think I'm dumb too.
That's right. We could just be two
We'll be
dumbass rocks in a box of rocks.
Well, how long have you been on though? You heard this shit, bro? Did you hear this?
Yeah, I've been watching. I've been listening the whole time. I haven't been able to comment. But I've had my earbuds in listening the whole time. I have a couple questions. First, have you talked to any of the detectives from the department about what's going on?
Yeah, Gil Met is the only
Right.
investigating officer that I'm talking to.
Have you talked to any? Have you reached out to anybody else in the department? No. Have you reached out to the prosecutor's office?
No, like they tell me just to contact Gil Met about it.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that is, so Willimantic is one of them towns that, thank you, kiddo. I did a little looking into their court records and stuff like that. A lot of it seems to be revenue generation, because Constitution State and I talked earlier about it, and I'm kind of curious. So there's some stuff that you can look up online, some court records you can find here or there, and when I got to looking into stuff, the vast majority of it is revenue generation, and that's a huge problem in a lot of places. For instance, the city I'm in, I try to reference things to show it's not just, it's not just a Willimantic thing. It's not just a Toledo thing. It's not just a Houston thing, but it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And Toledo, Ohio, they did a huge roundup or a huge push on traffic violations, so you guys learn to use your turn signals and stop at the right spots. I'm not even joking. Last night on my way home, I found one cop that made 10 traffic infractions in 3.5 minutes.
I believe it.
So it's all about money. They don't give a shit. So you're being hurt. What does that benefit them in the way of making any money for the town? It doesn't whatsoever. And so they could give two shits. The fact that this happened right now, I just got out of here. What they could have done was what they should have done, in my opinion. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I don't claim to be one. What they should have done, in my opinion, is contact the prosecutor's office, see if they'd accept some kind of charges, fill out. Well, what time of day was it when you got out? When you're able to get free of the home, what time of day was it?
It was nighttime. I called
nighttime.
I took a screenshot on her phone. It was like 12:47 in the morning.
So a prosecutor most likely at that time wouldn't be available. But in that situation, what they could have done is sat on the house, just had someone sit on the house. And sitting on the house, when someone come out, hey, I need to talk to you, ask you a few questions. You don't need a warrant in that situation because you sat on the house. But then again, most police departments aren't just going to sit on a house because you said something,
Yeah.
But a lot of places do have to where they could contact an attorney or a judge for a warrant. You're going to need something. Hold on, it's not unlocked. There you go. Now it's unlocked. Sorry, it's unlocked. Here. Get your mom chips and queso. Large queso. Sorry. picking up some late night snacks.
Oh,
So there's at least should be somebody to contact. Most agencies around the country have this available. Does Willimantic? I don't know. That's something that I would look into. Um, Constitution State. Do people know your name on here? If I say call you by your real name, you cool with
I
that?
don't care. Go ahead. My
All right.
name's out.
So, yeah, mine too. I'm Aaron Collins. I don't give a shit. People know my name. It doesn't matter to me.
Yep.
So, Danny being up there, he'd have a little bit better ability to get this information in person. But then again, they like to screw with them. So, I'll give them a call on Monday and find out, like, if there's a situation late at night, say you have, I'll use your example. Someone's kidnapped and had their ass whooped,
Yep.
stomped on, and they're held against their will, and they get free. Is there someone to contact in this kind of situation to where a warrant can be issued? I mean, it's borderline exigent circumstances
That's what I
because
thought.
you were no longer there. Had you been in the home and said, "Look, and I'm hiding, they got me kidnapped, please come get me,"
Yeah.
exigent circumstances would apply. But since you're out of the home, not quite so. But at that point, a warrant should have been able to be issued with the text messages that prove everything. Man, I'm sorry for what they did to you. I mean, the whole 9 yards. It's all there.
Yeah.
So there's enough for a warrant, at least at face value for a warrant. And so that's where the police failed in that. And then even so, the next day they could have talked to a judge. You know, I mean, it's been what, roughly a week.
Almost 2 weeks. This
So-
Thursday will be 2 weeks, bro.
Okay, so this entire Monday through Friday, they could have gotten warrants
Yep.
with the information you provided. That's a failure on the police department's end, in my opinion. I don't know all the details, but from what, taking everything you're saying at face value as truth, which I'm not denying it one way or the other, but you know, sometimes you got to take things with, you know, a grain of salt.
Yep.
And you never know. It could be a foreign love or situation. I'm not saying it is, but if what you're saying is accurate, this entire week and half of last week has been time to get a warrant. How much investigating you do when you have text messages that corroborate it? I mean, how many times
insane,
do
dude.
people Danny, how many times do people in our situations get arrested just because I told him to leave and he didn't, or he's not allowed to be here? With no investigating done, we get hooked up. Cuffs on,
Yep.
straight out the door.
Yeah.
All the time. And when someone's got physical proof of getting their ass whooped, I mean, like, it's obvious, it's evident on the face,
Yeah.
and text messages to go with it, they don't want to arrest. It's bullshit.
It's
That's the kind of stuff that we need to stop from happening. Is them not doing their fucking jobs.
yeah. And it's before this started, dude. I was telling him, like, it's time to call the prosecutor. You know what I mean? Like, we were getting towards that and just making our own, taking the next step on our own. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to do anything. If I feel like if they were
Most
going to do it, it would already be done.
prosecutors-
How are they going to bring
Most
a month
prosecutors,
later?
you got to get a police report. Yeah, and that's the problem with the prosecutor's office. They're too dependent on the police department to do a police report.
Yeah.
The prosecutors can bring up charges themselves. They can ask charges to be filed.
You know,
You can go down
is AFA just joined the chat. He's been to Willimantic. I saw his audits in Willimantic. Like, he's been down here.
Yeah, what's up, AFA? There's so many different ways they could have actually gone about doing this properly. I mean, for all we know, they could still be investigating it. Maybe this kicked a hornet's nest. It's like bigger than we all think. You know,
Yeah.
is that
I mean,
probably the case? I doubt it.
I know.
Is it more likely just a lazy police department? More likely.
Yeah.
It's sad that. How can I'm gonna try and phrase this without sounding like too much of a biased asshole.
Oh, give it
But-
to us real.
What I've experienced in my life, I mean, the bias is there. When you have departments that would rather focus on revenue generation than policing, there's an issue. When you have justice, you have a legal system that is more about making money than it is about doing the right thing, there's a problem. like the court that I just went through, my trial and all that crap. The original prosecutor had only taken one. He'd been working for them for years.
Yep.
Had only taken one case to trial. One in his tenure there, had only taken one case to trial. Everything else is pled out. They offer plea deals like, oh, we'll off docket the charges. You just pay, costs. Which is, to me, if you're willing to just off docket a charge, you're saying that it's a bad charge. Just pay us money. We're good. So when that's kind of like Willimantic does. They have kind of looked into it. It's pretty neat. Their offers they give people. If you look through, you'll see a consistent pattern with some of the stuff that offers are given are more like similar to that. Oh, we'll just get rid of the charges. You pay court costs. So if court costs are $105 and you're looking at 3 months in jail, I'll pay $105 to stay out of jail for 3 months.
Yep.
That's the incentive. There's no incentive for them to do the right thing. And the prosecutor should be able to bring up charges without the police department. Where I'm at, they have to have a police report. So tell them, you know what? If you don't want to do this way, just make an information report so I can take it to the prosecutor's office and let them determine if they want to file charges.
Yep.
That's the approach I would look into. Call the prosecutor's office and think, what does it take to get charges filed? You have to have a police report. Okay. Well, then I'll make the police report, take the police report myself, and then from there, I'll take it to the prosecutor and let the prosecutor decide. Because that's one of the three ways here in Toledo to get charges on someone.
Yep.
Is doing that. I'm sorry, I just hit the button. Is doing that. So that's the approach I would take. Monday morning, if I were you, I'd call the prosecutor first thing in the morning and ask. The police department seems to be don't insult the police when you talk to the prosecutor, because they work hand in hand and they're like usually
buddies.
Really good because they're the prosecutor's job is necessary because of the police. What happened? All right, hold on. Hey, I gotta take care of something real quick. Hold on, I'll be back in a minute.
No, you're good. Yeah, but he's the one to listen to, bro. So if you really I would do what he's saying. Is call the court Monday, talk to the prosecutor, find out what they need from you, and if it is a police report, you can probably gonna have to call and have them send it to you, but you can get it, and then.
Hey, a minute, guys.
Yeah, you're good. What's he doing?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
What are you gonna do?
Hold on, I'm trying to. Pause. There he goes. But yeah, dude, I'd call Monday, see what they need, get it, and do it that route. Because, like he said, it's kind of, I don't want to sound biased either, but it's hard not to. Like he said, I don't really have much faith in them, but that's from dealing with what I've seen from them. You know what I mean? It's not like I just feel this way to feel this way. They tend to make us feel like that, I feel. And they don't do much out there, so it's like you said, most of the stuff they're doing is just to generate money. And as I've been saying for a long time, there's no real crime in Willimantic. Like, none. Heather. No, do that. I would do that Monday too, dude. When I'd call the prosecutor, then I'd call the police station, and I would try and get the body camera footage. Like, because if you get the body camera footage, you're definitely going to be, that's going to help you too. That would, if you had the body camera footage right now to send to the prosecutor with, you know what I mean, the police report and stuff, it would look a lot better. So I would call them and just tell them, listen, speak to the FOIA. It's called Freedom of Information Act, and just tell them you'd like the body camera and the call from that night, like pretty much anything you could think of. I could help you come up with a list after, but pretty much everything. The call when you called the police, so you have that, the police report, the body cameras, and go from there. Submit that, because I don't think the police are just going to do it or do the right thing. Maybe they'll jump on it now, but I don't see how they'd leave them out this long already after being It's just weird because anybody else, they'd go grab them. Like anybody else, any other crime, they would love to go get them. So they just don't, for some reason, they don't want to do it for you, which is, Phyllis said, call the PD first thing Monday after the prosecutor. Or then call the prosecutor, yeah. And the prosecutor usually, like when I've talked to them for stuff like that, usually at least they'll listen and they'll ask you, they'll give you their opinion, you know what I mean? And then they'll at least give you the information you need, which is what to do next. And I can help you with certain stuff too. Like if you got to be over here to get some of the stuff, I can request it and get it for you. I'd absolutely do it for you because these people are crazy. See what Heather said. You've tried to file charges, right?
Yes, I have.
And they wouldn't take them, Heather. Or they could take, no, they did take it, right? Or no, they took your statement, but they didn't press charges.
Yeah, no, not yet.
So he gave his statement. He's tried to press charges. They're just stalling for some reason. Oh, we got Great Lakes back. There he is. What up, Bubs?
Can you guys see me? All right. Sorry, I had to go take care of something. My daughter and her friend went into Chipotle to get some burritos, and there were two guys sitting at a table that said something about my daughter's ass. And I mean, to be fair, she's got a big butt. And they took a picture of it. So I walked in and said, "You took a picture of that girl's ass?" He looked at me. I'm like, "You gonna keep it on your phone or not?" He's like, "No." It takes his phone out to lid. I'm like, "Dude, she's fucking 15."
That's crazy, bro.
So these dudes are like 20, 22, 23. They're quite lucky that I am out on bond conditions right now, so I can't really act like a dad that I want to be in that situation. But
no, I feel you, dude. But you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Like,
I just got in jail till October 19th at least. I got to be out, until then at least. So yeah. I'm sorry, a little irritated right now. All right, so yeah, like Danny was saying, Monday, contact the prosecutor. Now, the prosecutor may contact the police department to find out what's going on and get investigating it. They're looking into this. For you, I would get a copy of the police report. Have you tried to get a copy of the police report?
I was thinking of asking him for that on Monday morning when I contact him anyways.
Yeah, no, he doesn't have
the police report will be a huge benefit to you because one, you'll know that they actually took your report.
Yeah.
If it's there, there's a police report there. And it usually takes 2, 3, 4 days for it to be signed off by a supervisor. Sometimes when they don't want to deal with it, they'll just let it sit open in their program, and it won't be signed off on by a supervisor. And if that's the case, it's not signed off on, then you need to push the issue like, well, I need this report for the prosecutor's office. And that's when you should go to the prosecutor's like, look, they got a report. It's not completed yet. It's been almost 2 weeks. I'm a victim here, and I have rights. And if I do remember correctly, didn't Connecticut adopt Marcy's law as well?
I don't know.
All right. Heather or Melissa, can one of you guys look up Marcy's law? Marsy's, Marcy's law. Almost every state has adopted it as a constitutional right for victims. It actually allows, most states afford you a constitutional right to a victim's advocate, right to be kept informed on the entire case, discussions with you about plea deals and things like that, depending on the nature of the case, and protect you as a victim if necessary, identities and things like that. And I have a huge problem with police departments bastardizing Marcy's law, like the cops near Columbus, Ohio, that shot and killed a woman in her car because the one cop held onto the car window a little bit too long when she was trying to drive away. The other cop put himself in position to be run over by the car, but she just turned her wheel away from him and just drove off, from him. And he's like, "Oh, I got to kill her," and he killed her. So the police department's overusing it. If police departments are overusing it, then we as citizens should be able to use it, the way it's designed. And so you being a victim, you have that right. And in Texas, like News Now Ninja, he got attacked. They wouldn't tell him anything about the lady that attacked him. No name, no identifying information, no court dates. And it took me a couple weeks of digging to find her name and then find out the court dates. So it's imperative that victims be informed and aware of what's going on in the cases that are involving them. And if Connecticut did adopt Marcy's law, then you as a victim have every right to be heard and informed.
And Heather just said it a few minutes ago, dude, which I doubt they'll do anything because they're always going to say the same thing, which is we don't want to step on their toes. But you could call the state police, the big boys, the real cops in Connecticut. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can stop playing with these little town bitches that don't even know the law.
Hey.
They've already proven it time and time again.
In this, and then you do it like normal. Call Caitlin, see if she wants one. Call your sister. Call your sister, see if she wants one. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Really busy, long day, and kids did a whole bunch of work at the house, all extra stuff, so they're getting slushes and like late night snacks and stuff like that. I bribe my kids with slushes. I pay them off with slushes. That pitch black, Mountain Dew pitch black, and they all love it. So, I get it pretty cheap. I get cheap labor, like $2, and I get a whole house clean. Yes. So I'm gonna look for Marcy's law right now. Give me a second. Does anyone put it? I can't see comments.
Marlap said something about it. I'll put it right here. I gotta find it right here. Look at it.
Exactly.
So,
do you know? I love Farlap. Farlap. Do you know if Connecticut adopted Marcy's law as state law or constitutional right, like most states did? I was driving, so I couldn't look it up on park right now.
It's insane. And
learn Marcy's law. You're a victim. Learn that shit, man. Like, learn that shit.
Most people don't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone I talk to, because I get a lot of people calling, talking, asking questions. What would you do? I'm not an attorney. I just know where to look for a lot of information, and I'll give you here's where you look. I'll send you the links. Look for it, and this is how I read it. How my attorneys that I have spoken with that are helping me with myself read it, and this is what it looks like to me. But read it for yourself. And Marcy's law, as a victim, and then as a suspect or someone that's alleged to have committed a crime against somebody, you got to know what you can and can't do through there as well. For instance, like civil protection order. There's a lot of things you can't do because of civil protection orders because they protect the victim. And Marcy's law comes into play with most of those now. So to make sure you don't violate things, I would educate yourself on all that. And the last thing you want to do is go anywhere near these people. I'd get I'd go down to the magistrate, the county, whoever you got to go to. I'd get a protection order straight out the gate. Protection order from as many as you can. If you get one in municipal court or city court, you get one in county court, state court, get as many as you possibly can because they overlap and each one could be, if they violate it, each one could be a charge. So doing that is beneficial to you. Charge record. Doing that helps you and it lets them know that you're serious, unless the courts know that you're serious. Sorry, had to charge record. Write that Marcy's law. Learn it. Read as much as you can because it tells you exactly what you are allowed as a victim, what you have a right and are entitled to through the law as a victim. And when they don't, and when they're not holding up their end of the bargain, call them out on it. Like, look, man, here it is right here. Why am I not being protected? Why am I not being represented? Hit them hard. Don't lay off them. A lot of them don't like to deal with it because it's a little bit more work for them without any extra money or any extra kind of kudos from their bosses. Oh, you did a good job by protecting this victim's rights. Yay! That shit ain't happening.
No, at all. And that's Willimantic for you, though. I don't expect nothing less from them. I really don't. It's just what they do. It's just funny to see. They always want to run around and just pull people over and search them for nothing and give out petty tickets. But when something real happens, where are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way this dude should have to be trying this hard to get justice on something like this. You know what I mean? Like, that blows my mind.
You know him? Oh, sorry. You know him?
It's a bunch of people from school. Don't get high because we don't know them.
You're sure? I'm gonna roll into.
No, stop!
I'm not. I mess with my kid every chance I get.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. It's homecoming night, and some people are dressed up in their homecoming stuff, and they recognize them from school. I'm like, want to say hi? So I go to I'm gonna roll the window down right next to them, and they're freaking. So, yeah. Look at the crime statistics for Willimantic. That's something you should look into. Look at the crime statistics for violent crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get a chance, to look at the court docket, see how many of those violent crimes actually get prosecuted, or the successful investigation rate. And you'll be surprised at just how low they really are. And no matter where you live in the country or in the world, honestly, you'll be surprised at how low those conviction rates actually are in most places. There are a few places that have a very high success rate of investigating and trying those cases, but those are usually in the richer areas like Morristown, New Jersey, places people don't really think of. The rich areas, because they've got the money to influence an election. Oh, we don't want you elected, so you're not going to be elected. Oh, we're going to solve these crimes.
Yep.
Those of us that don't have that kind of influence, they could give two shits. As long as, they don't have to pick a body up off the street, they really don't care. That's why hundreds of thousands of rape kits across the country hadn't been tested in 20 years, because they don't give a shit. And that's about as violent as it gets outside of murder. I'm sorry, but, rape, I'll take a beating. I think someone getting sexually assaulted is way worse than me taking a beating. I'll take the beating all day to keep someone from getting raped, but hundreds and hundreds of thousands of kids all over the country, not just New York, not just LA, not Chicago, but everywhere. It's disgusting. They don't care about the little people.
No, not at all. When I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, Willimantic, what? No way. And then I looked into it, and I'm like, holy shit. And I just found out more and more, and I'm like, holy shit. This is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and the more you find out, the worse it gets, the more you're like, this kid, no way. I can believe it, but I can't believe it. But I believe it because, we see
Every day I've been checking, dude, to see if they arrested her. You know what I mean? Like, looking for the stuff. Like, oh, here we go. 4 hardcore jumpers from Willimantic arrested for kidnapping and attempted, you know what I mean? Whatever. And nothing comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's sad. I mean, you absolutely deserve to have justice. I mean, and that's what they're for. They're for us, not for themselves. You don't do it. You're going to have to put the pressure on them through the prosecutor's office if they don't properly pursue it. And that would be the best way, in my opinion, to do it. Get the police report, get to the prosecutors, and let the prosecutors. Go ahead, Annie. Hello?
Well, there I am. But no, dude, but like we just seen, dude, and I don't know if anybody's seen the stuff that just happened in Bridgeport. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right, so the stuff that just happened in Bridgeport, Connecticut, dude. Leroy was up there Friday with a couple other people. The security was blocking off going upstairs to go see the mayor because the mayor is getting called out for election fraud right now because they just caught one of his people stuffing the ballot box with absentee ballots. So they went there to get some answers, and dude, the police blocked the stairs to go upstairs to the mayor, and said that they can't let them up there, that security is in charge, not them. They're not there for the people. They're there for security. And security said they can't go up there. And they're going to listen to security. If security says arrest them, they're going to arrest them. Like, dude, it was the craziest thing I ever saw. They should have been there telling security, dude, let these motherfuckers go upstairs and question the mayor. Like, they're allowed to. It's a public building. There's nothing wrong. Like, let them do it. Nope, they didn't. They're not here for us. Oh, he froze. I don't know. We've been on for like an hour, a while now. I think we got everything out. You good?
Me, yeah, I'm fat chilling.
About to go to bed. I'll put a post up after this is off with his Cash App and everything on my page. Feel free to donate. Definitely. Just went through it. And so are you going to call these people Monday?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call him either Monday or tomorrow morning just to get like rough.
Do you want, if you want, I'll get you the numbers together because I know who you got to call and the
That'd be
names.
great.
Yeah, I'll help you. If you got any questions, dude, you can always ask me. But, yeah, I'll talk to you Monday. We'll definitely stay in touch because I want to know what happens too and where this goes. So, yeah, but I appreciate everybody for being here. We got everybody firm, AFA. FA, I didn't know any of that stuff. My bad, bro. Kansas Freedom News. What up, brother? Phyllis, as always. Heather. I know Melissa was in here. Yep, there she is. Everybody. But yeah, I appreciate everybody. Oh, Heather said yes, Connecticut did adopt Marcy's law, so that actually benefits you, bro. If we look that up, we can look that up. I'll look into it and see what it's about, and you're gonna have that on your side, dude. You maybe have, but at this point, dude, I don't get why they're not helping you. So I think this might actually help you more.
Yeah, facts.
Heather said, or Melissa said it was adopted in 1996. Allison, thank you. I'm sorry that happened to your son, man. And everybody have a good night. I'll see you guys on the next one. But I just saw this and it was crazy. I was actually able to get in touch with him and talk to him, even though the police told him, do not say anything about this. He was still willing to put it out there and still tell his story. And I commend him for that alone, dude, because there's so many people that are just like, no, I'm too scared. I got to change my tampon. I can't tell the story. Like, no, dude, get out there and tell it. Like, ain't nobody else going to cover it. And I honestly think they want to just keep it under the rug. That's why they don't want you to tell anybody. Nobody knows. We're not going to have to do anything. And once people start finding out and people start getting pissed, they start calling. And everybody, all the information is in the description. If anybody would like to redress how they handled this, you guys can absolutely call and let them know. You can't comment on their Facebook page because they turn their comments off after pros arrested me for nothing for talking on a sidewalk. So yeah, but we're seeing it firsthand all over the state. Police are just slacking, and actually they're not doing much for the people here, Bridgeport, all over the place. They're doing the opposite of what we pay them to do, and it seems to be getting worse as time goes on. So I think getting it out there and exposing it's important, and I appreciate everybody for being here. We're at 100 or an hour and 33 minutes, so we're gonna go. He's tired. I gotta go eat dinner, and yeah, AFA, I didn't know any of that. I'm sorry. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. Eddie, I'll text you some stuff and we'll stay in touch. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, guys.
Appreciate your time. Stay safe.
Yeah, you too, bro. Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you, Ferb. If you do, let me know. Let me know what they